is Mhm.
Hey, what's up, Leo? Doing good.
on camera. All right.
All right, I'm flying. Oh, I can show you how. Let's say it's just a little Michael. Yeah, like one of my favorite videos is a Liberian girl, and when he just comes, he's just like, yeah. But I'll be right back. There we go. It's 11:11.
Hey,
Oh, yes, sir. Coming now. Two. Oh, there you go. Huh? Okay, about what? I thought I was supposed to. Oh no, I mean, oh no, I just, I know it is. No, it is. I didn't have to sign no. I can't post about it yet. I guess or what so, but yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, ain't nobody gonna go to CNN on me, so shit. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna be on the Jubilee channel. Yeah, yeah. I've been sitting, going crazy. Yeah, that's how I got like. That's how I got everything set up. But let me see. Hello. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Uh huh. All right. Mm, okay. All right. Peter Parker, Peter Picker, Picker, Picker. Peter Parker, Picker, Picker, Picker. I've picked up Sally by the seashore, and we went to and got more. Peter Parker.
Stop what you're doing and tune in from coast to coast. It's the Howard Hour with your host with the most, Howard 702 LV.
And that's me. Yo, 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 what's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy HT Howard 702. Let's get tripping like a kid untied shoes. If you don't know where you're at, well, now you do. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Howard Hour Live. That's a place from me to you. And man, 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 I'm so glad to be with here and be here. And I go over and stunt. It's been a week that is wonderful too, but it's been some crazy stuff that I've been looking at. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just happy to be sitting here on my metaverse couch and just on my Mr. Rogers shit and talking to y'all. And that's what I love about being in the metaverse. You can just sit here and be like, hey, how's your day? You're doing good? Did you make a painting? Did you break that painting over somebody's head? That's the type of week that everybody, kind of had. But man, yes, folks, we made it to the end of another week. Not even as that, we made it to the end of another week in July. And I don't know about y'all, but hey, that means we're getting closer to school time. Yes, school time with these kids. And I don't know about you, but I am happy with that. I've been telling to my son, man, you've been sleeping like a teenager, and I do not understand, but I finally see what my parents was going through with me. I got a 9-year-old, and I think he's trying to turn 21 next week. And I think this kid, man, is just something else. I caught him like staying up the other night, and he was watching me sleep. That was the crazy part. I got up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Give me a glass of some parched beverage for my parched throat. I thought somebody was trying to rob me when I heard somebody say my name, and this man on the freaking couch playing Call of Duty. I almost had caught me a body in my house, you feel me? But nah, man, Ivan is that I'm seeing with the summertime, we're seeing also, I don't know about y'all been seeing the news, but man, they had a spike in school sales with school supplies. And it's crazy, man. I remember school supplies and everything used to be like almost the cheapest thing on the list. Out of all this, they say school supplies are almost costing as twice as much as when you buy uniforms or so, or school clothes for your kid. And I don't know about y'all, but if you're buying that much paper that's equivalent to a pair of shoes, I think something's wrong. Something's wrong, and we probably gotta go to the cybernetics with that and everything. But not even as that, folks. With this week, man, we had a couple of stuff going on with the music scene, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. We had Connie Francis, man. If y'all don't know, man, he did the song "Stupid Cupid," and look, you know, we remember "Who's Sorry Now." He passed away, man, at 87. But not even as that, with death, sometimes, you know, in this music life, they gotta be like, with death comes life. And man, with this new direction that we got with the music scene, we got a new K-pop. That yes, folks, K-pop. This is a scene that's been on my playlist. My son put me onto it. But yeah, man, we got a new K-pop group that that just debuted, man. One Verse. I don't know if y'all know about them, man, but they had some of their music playing recently just at AWE. If you checked out the Korean Pavilion, they had like a whole little, and if I'm not mistaken, a little 3D like replica like showing on the screen, man, and it was amazing to see that. But yes, man, One Verse, a K-pop boy band featuring two North Korean defectors, made their global debut with their first EP, The First Verse, and their debut single, Shattered. Man, so make sure y'all go and check out that. It is streaming on all platforms. But man, I have something to say with this because y'all know it's late night right now and y'all all with me. Shout out with y'all for being vampires with me. Hey, no blood sucking in here, so man, that is good. I don't want Blade to pop up. But I don't know if y'all been seeing this, folks, but late night, yes, late night, you know, like with the talk shows, you know, with Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Fallon, man, we even had, you know, R.I.P. to the great Johnny Carson, man. They just bust out saying the late night show with Stephen Colbert will wrap up its 10-year run on CBS in May of 2026 due to financial reasons not related to the show's performance or content. But man, with this, folks, that means this will be the last show that is basically a late night format that will be on local TV syndication. And I don't know about y'all, but man, late night talk shows been around since the 50s. So to really sit here and talk about we might be going into an age of none is scary. And that means y'all gonna have to tune in more to the Howard Hour Live in the metaverse, you feel me? Because we're not going nowhere, folks. If they try to get rid of us on TV, guess what? We just put on our headset. If they try to get rid of the headset, we just get on our phones. And then I thought, if we don't get on our phones, we get right here on the computer. But hey, we still all get along, man. So we getting it right there. But man, if all to my people, I'm telling to this too. All my streaming people, y'all better watch out, man, how much y'all paying, how much y'all really paying, because, man, Peacock just really dropped some stuff that was really supposed to be nowhere, like, seen. They had a price hike, man, out of nowhere. They're increasing their prices by $3, introducing a new select tier targeting TV lovers, while claiming it will stream more live sports than competitors in 2026. So, y'all, my football heads and everybody who like sports, I know y'all was going to have to pay that little extra to catch those little sports and everything, go up on there. But, man, I think that's a smart move also, because this is showing you that with competitors, you still have to be competing. And with the streaming services, man, it's crazy that we have everything that we used to sit here and wait for premium channels are all on literally streaming services. So for Peacock to sit there and stay in this race against, you know, like Netflix, HBO Max, yes, they just really came back with that name, HBO Max, after 2 years of going by Max. They are really sitting here in the top 3 of trying to be on a catalog of, you know, being the next TV. So it's amazing to see what kind of, you know, competition is going to come out of this. But folks, we're going to keep this thing rolling like a locomotive do. I know I am excited for tonight, so I know you should be too. And not even as that, man, we had this individual come to the show before, and she popped up a little bit, but she was actually on the airplane. Not like no Twilight Zone, but, man, she was actually, I think, going home from an event that we was all at together, man. If you checked a couple of shows ago, we end up going to AWE, man, and we end up meeting some great individuals that was here, that are here in Horizon World, man, and we got to meet up IRL, and it was something that was so superb and, man, amazing to experience. Having us that it all got to do it at our tech summer camp that we call it. Yes, man, AWE summer camp. I hashtagged it. I did it. But, man, not even as that, man, this individual, I got to see the workforce that she brings. And not even to say workforce, when you get to see people that build up in a headset like variation, that is one thing. But when you see them bring it to a IRL presence, that is a whole nother level, like they say off of Mad TV. But to really see it in a merging aspect of keeping it tethered, that is what makes you a whole different catalog. And have a catalyst like that is so like rare. And when I say rare, a lot of times when we're on this space, we are looking for direction, we are looking for avenues, we are looking for a sense of foundation. This individual made a foundation in this space, but not in this space. I think she brought it into this space, but we gonna check more into that tonight. But not even as that, man. When we see certain individuals, you know, their work is gonna speak for itself. And I say I'm one to give flowers to people again while we're up above, you know, on this earth instead of below it. And this individual really need flowers on the format of showing, hey, you could bring entrepreneurship into the metaverse and really make something from it. But not even as that. I told you, man, to be at AWE and see this in a live format, to see the blueprint going right there in front of you, that what brings a smile to the face in this space because, hey, individuals like that is doing that, is showcasing and highlighting that you can do it in a whole different atmosphere if you're not following that same construction. And I'm so glad to bring her to the stage tonight to see about her journey into the metaverse, but not even as that, but what makes her the boss that she is. And we already see that's in her name, so it's amazing that it goes all together like hey, a good in-sync sentence, you feel me? So I really need y'all to give it up, throw some confetti in the air. All my people that's tuning in to the live stream, to the live chat, make sure y'all put in the chat box and everything. You go, you go, you go. Yes, man, her presence is a president. And I'm so happy to introduce her to the stage tonight. I really need y'all to give it up for the one, the only Boss Leo.io. Yes, I say the whole name in every intro. Yeah, so you just go around this side and yeah, just like last, you just hop up. Yeah, man, you should be. No, you just go more to the end right here. So you just stay on the black flow. Hop up. And you should be able to come through now. Yep, there you go. We got it on the stage. We got it on the stage.
Yes.
Hey, we got it. We got it on there. How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, thank you, man. Like, I had to like take a step back and look at them. Like, dang, is that me? I really appreciate it. That's really dope, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I thank you. Thank you so much for coming through. I know you're busy. And man, they even just make time. I thank you so much for that. And let's get down. I see like I ask everybody, man, how are you doing? How was your week?
It was amazing. As I say, productive.
Did you have any goals this week that you was like looking to finish or?
No, with my mindset, the only words come in mind is just stay in motion, right? I have goals that I want to accomplish and some things I want to do, and just working on it every single day, hitting my goals till I just get to that point. That's all I've been focused on. So I just stay in motion and I be active and enjoy the moment.
Hey man, that's what, and that's what I like about you. Oh snap! I'm sorry, my exit out. Exit. I'm sorry, my meta was sitting here trying to listen to me and everything. Oh my gosh. Turn off. No. No. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yes, man. You see, Horizon was trying to make me be great. I didn't even say, "Hey," the M word, and it popped up. But yes, that's one thing I did always.
It wouldn't be meta.
For real. Hey, don't you do it, headset. But no, that's why I love to hear. I say because even when having a workflow, or even with a sense of, I call it workflow. I'm sorry, a sense of constriction sometimes. to even still have that that good outlet from the week. Big ups, man. So I'm just gonna get down to the nitty gritty. Like I'm working on the floor, man. Miss Boss Leo, I see you in this space. I see you on the headset. What brought this about? Like, how did you even come about getting into Horizon Worlds, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm naturally a big techie person. I often joke that being a girl in tech, I have all the bad curses because I love to buy the makeup, the games, the outfit, and I have to have the latest tech. So I pretty much had no savings because it went to like all of the technology that came out. So naturally, I believe when the Oculus came out towards the holidays, that was when my wallet was telling me that you have to get it. You have to try it. Like, it's the hottest thing out there, and I'm open to it. And I got it. And like most people, we got on the headset for our hobbies and just experimenting with it. Some of us had it with our kids. I used it for fitness and meditation to just try something different while I stayed at home. And that really brought me into the metaverse, is meeting a community around that, hearing so many people's stories about how they became healthy, got fit, and met other people in the space, and further being introduced to apps like this, Meta Horizon Worlds. So I would say being organic, meeting amazing people from different apps, that led to Meta Horizon World to just really show that there's a community, there's real people doing real things, and they're growing like their skills and their businesses. So naturally, I wanted to tap into that.
Oh man, excuse me. Sitting here drinking my water, and that is what brings a pioneer status I see in a lot of these I call creation stories. And this is what I say about what brings the catalyst part, I guess, about it. What brought on, I mean, because I see that you're chasing that format now, and I'm seeing now what is brought to fruition. I see that you even brought to life in here the brand that you have, Diamond Resilience.
Yes.
Like, how did that come about? Was that already an IRL presence? And like, can you tell us more about it? Like, for the viewers who don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, like, I'm not just talking about Kanye Diamonds. I'm not talking about that song.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, a lot of people who are close to me, and I know they're about to laugh when I say this, but don't laugh. But the inspiration came from watching an Asian drama. It was a Korean drama called Startup. I knew you were laughing. Everyone knows how much I love watching my Asian dramas. But a lot of Asian dramas, especially Korean and Mandarin, their dramas is all around people who are CEOs, who are at the top, like the youngest to do it on property, signing deals on yachts, all of those different things, like a lifestyle that they portrayed. And that was something that I desired, that I wanted to be a CEO of my own tech startup company. And so there's this show called Startup that really talks about the everyday hustle of being like a founder of a tech startup, of launching and getting investors to grow for it. And in that story was when I had that, what we call the spark, the aha moment. And that was seeing other people who also wanted to start their business. They had their stories of inspiration and they wanted to launch it because something meant important to them. So I knew at that moment that I wanted to be a person that helped others launch their businesses, their dreams, and their goals because it meant a lot to them. And I wanted to position myself as a venture studio for that because we help launch businesses. We help people get access to a lot of opportunities that we are mostly shut out of, because the work that I was doing for myself, I realized that it's so much bigger than me, that a lot of people can really benefit for what we're about to open up in this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just naturally that person that wants more, that keeps going for more, and that's how I started growing, like just wanting to really, I saw something here that we can grow, and I just wanted to get it bigger than what it is there, and I want to help a lot of people to do that. So that's when I came around this space. And the good thing about being a creator that a lot of people don't understand yet is that as a creator, manifestation is so real. Naturally, you build like your ideal life, the things that you desire, and when you just start pursuing it into this space, it starts to trickle out into the real world. And when it start, yes, when it start becoming real, like wait, like this is manifesting into the real life, like things that I wanted to do, I'm now doing it. And it kind of triggers that whole spark and that whole movement, like, okay, we're activated in the metaverse, right? Like we're ready to take that to the next level about it. So that's what I would say.
No, that's, again, I need to get her PR. Y'all see that? Like she had that written down somewhere. But nah, I love to hear that format because that shows that tethering aspect I was talking about with your intro. Like a lot of times when we see components in here, we don't know that we're that piece to hold that component together. And that's one thing, like from being in this space, I didn't understand, especially with being a founder of like, your own corporation or like your own, not even just your own brand, but of like a space that you want to land out to help with others. Like I never looked at it in a way of like building it up as a business structure, but to see like individuals around you, like yourself, that shows like, hey, it could go to like, different broader heights, if that makes sense. And a lot of times, a lot of people are not able to find avenues and everything like that because, hence they probably not have like, not the means, but, the information, or sometimes, a lot of times they don't know like certain people to go to or certain entities to go through, like how it falls back to the information. That brings me to be in the space that we're in now with the metaverse. Do you feel like now this is going to be a space to showcase that more instead of it being in a IRL like aspect? Because with businesses and everything, it takes like years for that to even reach like some type of like commercial value or audience. Do you feel like there's a accelerated like way in the metaverse with this?
Yeah, absolutely. We all can agree that time in the metaverse feels so different. And there used to be a saying in California that, what they call it, like the fast lane or the fast life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's the fast life here in the metaverse when you're on the move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, time goes by like fast for us.
Meta time.
We accomplished, yes, that's what we call it, the meta time. We accomplished so much in like a week in this space compared to companies that take like 3 to 6 months. So this is something that with the work that I'm doing with the Diamond Resilience, I tell people like where we're going with jobs. Like a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are trying to pivot their careers. They're leaving their jobs. They're trying to start side businesses or figuring it out. But in the creator market, like we are thriving in this space because we are going from creator influencers to creative developers who are building like real businesses, like real software and apps from all of this experiences. at a faster rate than bigger corporation that takes like a year and millions of dollars. Like one thing at AWE that caught like a few of the vendors, including one, is that she had to get investment and she put a lot of funding into making her game, which cost like hundreds, if not $1 million. And I literally just showed her how I can make somewhat of something of a replica, like in Metal Horizon Worlds, in like 1 hour using like AI, and then telling her how she can use it also on other devices. That's how fast the market is changing, right? And so that means it's more opportunity for us. In this
for real, more doors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that's an amazing factor to have with that too, because like how you were just saying, meta time is real. To really be on this platform, again, I've been on here since the beta days with Horizon, and a lot of the components again you've seen on here, it just came from just triangles, circles, and squares format to now you can sit here and you can do it in the amount that it took, from days that it took builders, not even days, but sometimes even weeks or months on end. You can even now build it to a factor as 1 hour or less. And we used to make the joke all the time about meta time. You come on here for 1 week or so, and it's like already you did a year in here. And a lot of times, like, you don't want to look at the timing factor in here, because there is so much, so much space and so much collaborative unit that you can do on here. Like from a lot of people, we go to the clubs on here, or a lot of times we get to sit here and we find fun, or we make our own fun. So to sit there, now you find a job from being on this platform, and not even just being on this platform to find that job, different sources that all go to this platform. Like how you were saying, you meet with certain vendors or so who probably won't even put on the headset to see their application, or probably go through that service of being in the VR to go into mobile devices to even be an entertainment factor. With your moves that you're making, since you say you see meta time is accelerating, you see it already that you have a tethering component that you're keeping with this. Do you feel like this is putting you now on a level to want to showcase more about the value of this, or bringing more insight to it, if that want to make sense now? Because like how you saying, you're going to see the people come out the woodwork who either want to help the brand like Catapult, or are you already seeing like the wolves come out, like the sheep clothing, if that makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Like us officially launching in public at AWE in June, I explained everyone that it's a lifestyle, and we even call it like the diamond lifestyle, because it's a balance, right, between living your life in the metaverse and what you're doing in the real world, that they're merging here together. Because if you're wanting to take what you're building on platform, by the way, like I put a quote on Threads, if I remember, that I said that this platform is the starting point. Off platform is the end destination, meaning that you want to learn and grow in this space, but the end goal is to take what you build here and take it off platform and build your own into a sustainable business, if you want to go that route. Not everyone is meant to be a business. Some people just want a nice sustainable career and that's fine completely, right? But the goal is to take your growth off platform, where the world is so much bigger, especially in the XR space there. So it's at that point that we're at that point that it's no more telling people that, hey, XR is coming, this is the next big thing. We're already here, and we're at that very tipping point where all of these big companies, Google with Android XR, Meta, Apple, they're all trying to get to mass adoption, right, in 2026. So we're living this now, and we're actively building our businesses and opportunities to be a part of this mass adoption, to be one of the first.
And I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. Like when it's pioneer steps that you don't even know that you're on the spaceship going towards, and that's like a factor that is sometimes, like you were just saying, a lot of people are not looking at it in that business sense, but a lot of times that's where it could lead to. And you see the tethering composers, you see like you're showing it IRL, like at events like AWE. And that brings me to my question too, like how did you even find about like with that structure? Like what made you want to showcase this at AWE?
Mm-hmm. Well, one or two things. When I first heard about AWE last year, I was bummed because I missed it. I applied to be a speaker, and I did not necessarily get the chance to be a speaker, but the person saw that I was a creator and offered me a free ticket to just come and talk about the experience. I think for me is once I got the ticket, I realized like, hey, like I'm a founder of a whole company. And if I'm going to go and be in our industry and make our mark, then I want to show up as the founder of my company and not just as a creator. And so I became a vendor, and I used it as a big milestone for me to make that big step to say, hey, I'm going to build this in public and let people know that, hey, I'm launching my business. This is us. We have a lot of growth, but we're here in day one, and you're about to see what we've been working on, right? So that was my milestone for myself to just launch it, do it. Oh, thanks. And also, June is my 1-year anniversary of being completely free from corporate. So we have to, if we're going to be the ones to try to make this go mainstream, we have to be the ones to be willing to put our faces and ourselves out there in the real world and let them know that we are people and we're trying to do that. So I took that example, and I was like the only Black woman table there that represented us.
And
we have to make those waves.
No, and she is not stunning, man. And I don't even say that in no bad way. I say that, like, again, that's how you make superheroes for the next generations. And I say again, to see it even in that format, because being at AWE last year, one of the first jokes I said about being there, I'm like, man, I don't see a lot of people from the headset here. Like, besides Horizon Worlds and everything, a lot of people just, there with the game apparatuses are a lot of different headsets. A lot of people, if you don't know this, a lot of people not own a MetaQuest. A lot of people own a different type of headset. So to just even be in that all space together under that one format was amazing to me, but it still felt like again, isolated. But to this year to see, again, many heads from Horizon Worlds, but not even as that, to see how you say it, you under there on vendor status. That's what makes the next generation to see, okay, these corporations really got to mess with you now because you're in their face. One of my best friends that I made in this space, man, shout out to you, Alex and Skiva, man, he told me this when I was first on this journey. To really be like around a lot of these corporations or be around these brands, you have to be in these rooms. And that's one of the first steps that you're making with that. Not even as that, you're chasing a dream format to show to these corporations, hey, I know the value that this have. Do you understand it yet? And that's what a lot of cats are not understanding nowadays, because you were saying earlier about they don't look at the longevity of it, or a lot of times they don't know how to find that merging aspect of, like, either they know they have to, go all full force with this, or you just can't, half pedal with it. So to really sit there and stay in that format of, hey, you going to go full flight or nothing at all, like, no, kudos with that, because a lot of times we are scared to make that jump. And like how you just said too, like, you're looking around, you're seeing that, hey, you're the only one of, like, hey, of your nation to sit here and be like putting this together. And like, you just imagine now next year, hey man, it's gonna be a whole different side. And that's what I mean about, like, you have to be the first one to show there's a way. And this brings me to, like, my next question with you, man. I'm not gonna keep you here all night because I know you've been up all day. with being at AWE and with like again with your corporation that you're showing, like not just I hate to say corporation, but with showing this tethering move again, like how you say, like AWE was the first one to show it. Do you plan now to find like certain conferences to still showcase this, or do you plan to keep it at a metaverse aspect?
What's up, brother? Not you in the suit. What's up, man?
You're on mute. I thought you were sitting there coughing or something.
Okay. I was saying to make sure I understand the question. You said, do I plan on attending more conferences?
Not just like attending more conferences, but do you plan to highlight like Diamond Resilience now at a lot of these conferences now instead of like because you don't have to worry about just attending it to a factor now. Do you worry about now highlighting this brand?
Oh, of course, because one, I freaking went public. Like I have a press release that said Diamond Resilience launch. So now that I am like out officially, it's like I have to follow up on that and put in work, literally. And I'm finding that balance between like being a founder and a creator. Like I've been wanting to create, and sometimes I don't have creativity because I'm being a founder and a business person. But there's a lot of work that goes into having a business, It's not just, I have the business, I found an LLC, we build it where we launch. There's a lot of back end that goes into it to build something that I want to last for a lifetime as well. So every day there's no work. And I really like what this guy said on Instagram about, is there really a such thing as work-life balance? I feel like there's no line when you're doing something you're passionate about, right? That's why I say it's a lifestyle that I made work for me, to just work on this every day and to continue to push myself to be more visible and present so they can know more about our story, our brand, our why, our mission, and just see some cool content that tells our story.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's real. Like, I hate to sound country when I say this, but my grandpappy used to say all the time, he said, man, like when you're doing really what you love, it's not work. But he used to always have a saying to it. But to do what you love, you have to put in the work. And I did not understand that. Did not understand that until, again, I got into this aspect of being in the metaverse. Because I'm sitting here, like how you said, there's many times where I'm like, hold on, how can I have fun on here when I have to sit here and work? Or how can I sit here and I'm worried about like building and everything when I'm worried about, okay, how I'm going to eat from this? And then like that came into my head. It was like, whoa, when you're doing what you love, you're going to find your plate. But when you working to do what you love, like you're gonna make sure that you have, again, your food right there prepared. You gonna make sure that you have like your means to get by. And now when I say means to get by, like you're gonna do whatever it takes to get to that spot. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I say that in a way of that what builds drive. That's what builds like character, but also that's what builds creativity, because you could just imagine if you just what you will give your all to do, like what else would you do? That's like what builds up, I guess, the sky is the limit concept to me, because it just don't stop here. Like how you just say, this is just the beginning. And if you're already going, like how they say this is a race right now, we can't be burnt out already in gear one. Then by the time, how you're saying, like when it's already for a creativity bus to come through, because this is what I tell everybody, being on this platform, especially at Meta Horizon, we went through several waves of change so far. And when I say several waves, just like history, you see the difference. Like we started off as caveman on here, cave women. Yes, we're all together. We started off as here on that. And then we went from, being the founders or like the Renaissance to now we came here to the construction of this is the future. Like it's the high tech to what games can be developed to now it's getting back. We call it to the Renaissance. What art can be now made from this? What creative ways can be like established from this? But not even as that, what avenues now can be sketched into these walls that we have to start teaching people? Hey, you put a lot of hours on here. what are you collecting from here besides, social gatherings, or besides, finding more intellect? Because with being on this space, like you were saying earlier, you build up to different avenues, and that brings me to my final question with you. Do you just plan to keep it? I mean, not keep it. I see that again, that you have a lot of, like, you do building and all that in Horizon World. Do you plan to just keep it at Horizon Worlds with your building, or are you looking at different platforms too, like with your brand, or like how is that going about with you? Or can you say it too much?
And
We gotta ask those questions.
how I say this, I'm very pro sovereignty when it comes to creators.
Oh,
And
what's that
so
word again? I'm sorry. What's that? That's the word of the night. What's that word again? How you say it? Sovereignty?
sovereignty.
Sovereignty. And again, if you can elaborate, what does that mean? I'm sorry. Hey, I've been in the shed too long.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a word that I'm starting to love more and more. So shout out to Aquarius Maximus, who I call my mentor for
Hey.
everything. She's like a boss Leo 5.0 for sure. Sovereignty is where we're headed to, right? Where we have more control and ownership and autonomy over our creative works, our voice, and our identity there. And for creators to have more ownership, that's why we're in this big battle right now with social media and this whole push to Web3 and a little bit, on the Web3 blockchain, because instead of these platforms that we're on, social media, we're in the algorithm, just feeding the algorithm, and we're not getting paid. Instead, our works are getting fed into AI and then sold back to us. You have a new internet, this Web3 spatial web that we're in, where we have more ownership over our creative works that we put out there. And when people try to leverage our works, we get paid for it. So it's a new way of owning your content. You getting monetized for it. You have ownership over that, and you don't have to worry about your identity being sold, I guess, for that. So when we think of the word sovereignty, it means to have full control.
Okay.
Over your work.
I like that. I gotta write that down. That's like me when I learned loquacious. Like, that's just like, I like that it just rolls off the tongue. Sovereignty. That sounds like some fire cologne. Like, yeah, get from around me. You got sovereignty.
Yeah. So in the effort of that sovereignty, right? Naturally, I'm building my own website, and I'm have my own platform app too. So that is the goal of where all of this is going, where platforms like Meta, Horizon Worlds, and other platforms are more of those add-on experiences.
Man. And that's what I love to hear with a format like that. You're looking at the construction of keeping this in a ecosystem that goes way beyond us. And like how you just say with that, yes, Timberland. Yeah, I'm gonna call you that. Not Timberland. I'm gonna call you Timberland. Like with that, we talk about with the AI, they sending it back, then getting it back to us. That's that same concept that is really going on now, because they had to watch a lot of the work or watch a lot of the strategies and everything to put into the generation. I mean, not generation, but generate and everything, those codes that they do with AI now. So I can just imagine now, just a year from this, where it's gonna go, especially with like individuals like yourself, with being like labeled, that would be labeled as a creative strategist, like what you do and everything. But not even just that, like, but with business structure and business practices, like it goes way beyond just keeping it on a virtual format. And this brings me to my last question with you. You have this format that you built up, you're building it up, you said now with the platform, you're keeping control of it. Is there one thing that you would love to leave behind on this space for the people?
As in, like, advice on building something?
No, just
Um,
like just one thing that you want to, like, you could leave behind, like in this space. They're like, hey, like somebody else can pick it up, like do whatever to it. Like it could be whatever.
yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. Very
I told you,
valid.
I've been working on this all week.
What would I want to leave with people? Physically. You know, I'm a Leo and I'm an overthinker, so I'm like analyzing the heck out of
Hey,
it. All right, so I think I understand that. I would probably say, well, with my one of my theme words, like your legacy, always here. I always tell people that if you don't know what you want to do and you're figuring it out, it's okay. Even after 1 year of just working on this business, I'm just now thinking that I figured it out of where I want to go, and that might change and pivot. But I will leave that if you just continue to just follow like what you're passionate about and that journey and explore more of yourself, you will start to lean to a word that we call purpose, that you want to pursue something that resonates with you, right?
Mhm.
So it's okay to go with the flow and to just be open-minded and then explore yourself more, explore those things that you want. And then that will lead you to you determining like what your purpose is there. And yeah, that would be what I would say the most, because that's what helped me. There's two words you think about when you think about the metaverse is escapism and manifestation. We talked about manifestation, but with escapism, it's a chance to like isolate and to explore. You know, go to worlds that resonate with you. Go to things that have your interests. Is like have time for yourself and be with yourself and explore that, and you'll start to move over to that manifestation part too, where you start to long for a life that you really truly desire and wanting to take that into the real world.
Man, look, and I thought I had her stop with my question. Now I gotta go back to my notebook. That's amazing to hear. If that's what that answer right there, that is why the metaverse needs pioneers like yourself, because again, that's what's making this space. You're looking at the longevity of it instead of the right now, because the right now is gonna what make this survive. And I say I thank you so much for what you do for this platform. Big ups again to meeting you at AWE with that, because hey, to see a platform, to see it come to life, but not only that, to see have fun with it, that's what makes this the American dream. And I thank you so much for what you do, Boss Leo. Hey, you can let the people know where they can find you at and all your wonderful work.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being you. And we said it before, like you and I keep forgetting his name, but he was definitely there.
Super.
Like, Super.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Super.
The man behind the lens. That's why everybody keeps forgetting your name, man. You're just always behind the camera.
Super. Like, I feel like you guys represented for the metaverse community, right? I feel like for a lot of us creators, we felt the vibe with us, you know, us being creators and stuff. And I believe with you and Super really being like just leading the way and starting something. Like now we just want to be bigger and better next year. So shout out to you too for that.
No, big us. No, thank you.
So thank you. So I'm Boss Leo IO, your business bestie for all things Web3XR. And you can follow me on Instagram, bossleo.io. That's where I keep all of my updates, as well as the Diamond Resilience at the Diamond Resilience. We have an events calendar where you can come to our events, but I just say follow us on Instagram because we are cooking some stuff and we might have an announcement come soon. So
I mean, y'all heard it, man. Hey, y'all throw some confetti in the air, man. Give it up for the one, the only, again, the amazing BossLeo.io. Yes. I like saying her name like it's some bomb perfume, you feel me? But not even as that, man. Before we even get off the stage, folks, being in this space, you have to create. You don't have to create from a place of value. You don't have to create for a place of value, but you create for a place of within. And when you create, you find out so many different ways that you can sit there and have it elevate towards levels that can either help you construct more, find more foundation, but not even just that. You find more of a setting that we're in now. Again, listen, I got to kick it with this amazing individual. I got to see the business side of her too. Not even just that. She threw a bomb ass mixer that I was able to experience, man. And now we see personal ties that all go together in this space that we all started off with putting on the headset. And when I say, folks, that it comes from the place of creation, that's what happens. When you sit here and you build, either you're going to get to the top of something or you're going to sit there and get to the bottom of it. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't get that construction because they stop. They don't look at the longevity of the process because they get scared of the bricklaying or they get scared of what's happening when the building probably sometimes crumble. But a lot of times when we're in this space, folks, you learn something new every day. You're supposed to. That's what makes life. This is still real life. You still have to make sure that you have time to still participate in this life that you want to create in, that you want to manifest in, that you want to be just yourself in. It all starts within. And folks, I could go on all day like a broken record, man, but that is nothing all new. So up until next time, y'all know what I say to you. This is your boy HT Howard 702. Let's get tripping like a kid untie his shoes. Thank y'all for rocking with me because I rock with you. Your presence is a presence. Go out there and do something great. Go find that component that you have to be to either be the outlet or, hey, you can even be the plug. No middleman status no more. It's time for the point that you make your attention, folks. I'm saying this as a living testimony, saying this as Boss Leo right here behind me. You have to be your own boss at times to really see your worth. And I'm just going to have to say that in all times, folks. Like, no BYOB. You ain't going to bring your own bottle, but be your own boss. Because you can find out so many qualities about yourself that you can even see. Like, if you're made for this business thing or if you want to do it as a team, you're not going to always be alone on your journey. You start off alone, but you see how it ends. You can either end with something so great or you just end with something with regret. And, man, you got to only make your own journey. So up until next time, again, this is your boy HT. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You know, let's go. And shout out to Lux Vision Studios.
That was awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Yeah, I said I
you.
wanted to make sure I did.
Hey,
Damn, you got up here quick.
Man.
Dang.
Like it's hot. You had to teach me one time. That's it, boss. Fantastic
man.
job, Howard.
No,
Man,
thank you.
Leos, man.
But yeah, but no, I'm seeing that email now, Jay. You made me laugh. I said, I said I just been keeping it all on the rock because I thought, because I'm looking at the email too. Like I said, no, that's